just did you try to get over?
Hey, I am here, and we can see
Try. Good to see you, man. Coming out right.
Hey, we got up there. We have the habit of showing up at things.
Still have a sticker out there.
Okay.
If I may, if my mic is hot. Hey, is my mic up?
Still standing by, thank you. That's right, yeah, you can see behind me, obviously the entrance to Utah Valley University, still a large, very large police presence. A few people who were there and saw what happened. What did you see?
The entrance has been taped off. There's several police cars. Moments ago, I saw people being escorted under that tape into the emergency room. But other than that, this scene is pretty much very tight with security, as we know that Charlie is being treated in that area. I've reached out to media relations in the hospital to get more information as to what's happening. We don't have that yet, but throughout my time here, I've also seen people arriving almost knowing something was happening, whether they knew who Charlie was or had heard of him. Even on the road, some people commenting, supporting and hoping well for Charlie. This is still a very active scene. Charlie is a very popular political figure and certainly is catching the attention of a lot of people as they are concerned for his well-being. Right now, this is all we know, that he is in critical condition, and as soon as we get more information, I will bring that to you. Mary, Ron, back to you in the studio. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Sorry you all had to go through this. Really. I know.
Now you're not talking about George Sim. George Sim, you heard him say, I would do it again.
A person told me, shared pictures with me, drove me and dropped me off here at Buck Up. Shared pictures with me of me and told me.
I wonder because I followed him right when he was arrested, right? And no, he was very quiet.
Well, he said that there were some other people that were like trying to instigate conversation with him as he was being taken down.
Nobody could. And police were around him. They were like,
I thought Heidi had video of
you got
talking
a
to
video.
him. You have video of people talking to George. Someone sent me a video of him talking and the people were talking and I was asked him. I don't know. I haven't been on the video all
I'm trying to get these two people, the lady in the sparkly shirt, trying to get her and him since I'm guessing they were at it.
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to.
This guy,
Okay.
he was close enough, he said.
Okay. I'll see if I can grab the two of them if you're talking to him. But are those yours?
Yeah, those are mine.
Okay.
I should probably actually put them.
I'm with Channel 2. Can I talk to you on camera for a moment? You want to step into my office? Were you at the event?
Yeah, I was at the event.
How close were you to the stage, would you say?
I was probably
I'll borrow-
maybe 4 or 5 tiers up. One, two,
Row
maybe
back.
3. I was probably to his right, about maybe 2:30, 12 o'clock, 2:30, maybe about 2:45.
Okay.
If I'd been 2:45.
Hold on to that for me. Maybe take a good step to your left just to get you in the sun. Come over here a little bit more. There you go. You can look right at me. Try to ignore this camera. Let me make sure I've got your mic turned up. That would help, wouldn't it? First question is your name, please.
Darren Brunson.
Spell your name for me, Darren.
Darren, D-E-R-O-N, Brunson, B-R-U-N-S-O-N.
And you were there?
Yeah, I was there. I was watching him. I was probably about, if you look at the stage and you look at about maybe 3 o'clock from his position, about 3 o'clock, 2:30, that's where I was. I was right at him. And I was looking at him when I heard it looked like it was a direct shot to the heart. It looked like right where his heart is, it started going red. He fell back and went to his side. And then I looked down at the I kind of did go to my knees as fast as everybody because I wanted to see if anyone who was close to the shooter would be trampling all over that person, and I saw nothing like that at all. It just, everyone had dropped down, and for a few moments they were just not moving. And people started getting up and moving, and the crowd started pushing me, and they pushed me so that I was basically backstage. And then when I was kind of backstage, I was kind of there, and I turned and looked, and they were arresting a guy by the name of George Sim, who I know, I've met him before.
How do you know him?
I just know him through, I've seen him at different events. He was always a person who would go to Trump rallies and all kinds of political events. He was always there. And he would always make his way. He was always there for people that were running for different positions in government, whatever. So he's just kind of I think he's kind of popular. He was just kind of, but he's not altogether. He was being arrested very calm. They arrested him, they took him.
And you're confident it was him?
No, I'm confident of who they arrested. They arrested a guy by the name of George Sim.
Well, I'm not saying he was the shooter. You're confident that's who they were arresting was this George?
Yeah, who they arrested was George Sim. Oh, yeah, because I know him. I saw him.
But you're not saying he's the shooter?
No, I'm not
Just,
saying
I want to make sure we're clear, so we don't want to, falsely accuse someone of this.
Right.
So,
in my opinion, I don't think George Sim was the shooter.
Okay.
This would have had to been a direct shot to the heart. It had to been by somebody who can withstand the pressures of a crowd, not be nervous, and just one shot right directly to the heart, and then get away with it. This guy's broke. He lives on Social Security, probably on some medication, too crazy. I don't know if he even knows how to use a gun or even get his hands on the gun.
Well,
Now,
Well,
why
let's get.
why isn't that important to you? Why
Well,
isn't
because-
that information important to you?
Because I don't want us. I don't want us to falsely accuse him and like get his name out there as he's possibly the shooter. If he's not, I don't want to.
I'm
He
saying
could be a
he's not.
suspect.
Yeah, I'm saying he's not. I'm
Okay.
not giving you my opinion. You should
Okay.
want to know. If you're a journalist, an investigative journalist, you would say, yeah, that's very interesting.
It is.
Direct shot to the heart. They all fall down. They pick a guy that's kind of crazy. It has nothing like that. It has to be, when you're in a crowd, you got to be calm, cool, collective. And if it's a handgun, you're going to aim it right directly and get off that one shot. Then nobody's going to tramp around you. Where exactly was this shooter is what I'd like to know.
That's what we're trying to find
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
We've got other
yeah.
crews around. It's not just me. We've got a bunch of other crews that's looking into that. Like I said, I just don't want to falsely accuse him. They arrest him because they think he's a suspect. Okay, sure, a person of interest. Let me put it that way. Okay. Going back to your experience, you said you got pushed almost backstage, correct?
Yeah, the crowd was going backstage, so I got up and went with the
You
crowd.
kinda went with the
down
flow.
Backstage, and I just kind of hung around backstage as the crowd went ahead of me. And I was curious, what's going on? And then that's when I turned to look, and I saw George Zimmerman, and I actually saw them put the cuffs on him. Very
Okay.
calm, very collected, and they just scooted him down. And as he was scooting him down, I don't know what happened, but his pants fell down, so he's in his underwear.
Okay. Have you been to Charlie?
I almost wanted to say, George, did you do it? Did you do it? But I was that close, I could have yelled at him, but I didn't.
Have you gone to events like this in the past?
No, I haven't.
What brought you out here today? Why'd you want to hear him?
I'm kind of a fan of Charlie Kirk, and some friends invited me to come, and I thought, yeah, I'd come. I've watched some of his videos, and I like a lot of the things that he's talked about, what he's meant.
I'm guessing from the hat that you voted for the current president.
Yeah, and they were throwing out these hats, and I happened to be someone in the crowd that got one.
Were you hoping to get a question or talk to Charlie Kirk at all?
I just wanted to be there and observe and see what was happening.
How many people would you say were there at the event?
I don't know. I would say maybe 3,000 or 4,000 people. They're around that ball, at least 1,000. But an interesting thing is he was shot right during a question about guns, and that was the second person asking a question on the subject of guns. Most importantly, was talking about these transvestites that have guns, and should they be allowed to have a gun? And then boom, he was shot in the heart. And that's just too suspect for me.
It's a big coincidence, for lack of a better term. Were you guys escorted out by police? Did they just tell you to disperse?
I think there weren't enough people there. There were so many people there weren't enough police presence to just tell you. Everyone was just kind of following the crowd as we followed the crowd. And then when I watched George Zinn get arrested and followed him to the car, I think all the police were busy there. There wasn't enough police presence to basically push anybody off.
So it was just, you got out on your own, eventually ended up here. You said you were kind of like in the crowd getting jostled. You okay? You heard it all?
Yeah.
You're fine?
It's just the crowd was moving and you go with the crowd. Everyone's saying, go, you got to go this way. So
Sure.
You just follow
So
the crowd, that's what you do.
when you look back on this and think, at the beginning of the day, this is going to be a great Charlie Kirk rally.
It's very exciting to see Charlie Kirk there, and the crowd loved him. They were cheering for him. He came out really happy, throwing out these caps, into the audience. And like I said, I got one, and then he started just first question came up, and they went through that, and then the second question came up about guns, and boom, he was shot. And my first reaction was, is this staged? I thought it was like staged. I couldn't believe that it was really happening as it was happening. I thought it was staged.
What do you think about it now? You look across this massive police presence, traffic's kind of a snarled. What are your thoughts now about this?
In my opinion, I think it's just too much police presence. They blow up something. I think it doesn't take a lot to just figure out what's happening, to get in there and find out everybody that was there. They should put information to say, hey, does anybody have any information? Find out, anything that's going on. They should do that. And that's what they should be on that right now. They have a list of almost everybody that you had to get you could get online to get a ticket. So a lot of students like myself, I thought you had to have a ticket to get in.
I heard you could just walk right in, right?
Yeah, you could just walk right in, but I thought you had to have a ticket.
Did
So
you
I
sign
signed
up
for a
anywhere?
ticket, yeah.
Okay.
So there's a place to sign up, the students can sign up for tickets to go right in.
Okay.
So I think they really need to put a lot of information on that. That should be all over that. They need to find out who is there 2 days Tuesdays before 3 days and find out all the places you could
Sure.
be where that you could get a direct shot like that.
Okay. George, I appreciate your time. Glad you're okay.
My name is Darren.
Darren, I'm sorry, George
George
is
is
the other
Western.
guy. You kept saying George, so that's the name that's popped into my head. Well, I appreciate your time.
Well, good luck. Huh?
Thank you. Yeah, good luck to you guys too. Stay safe. Can I ask you a question or two as well? You okay with that?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Reach, I got to clip a microphone on you. Once you hold on to that, you can stay right there. Take a small step to your left. There you go. You can look at me. Try to ignore this camera in your face. What's your name?
Angie Martin.
Spell your first name for me, Angie.
A-N-G-I-E.
Okay, and standard spelling on Martin, just to be safe.
M-A-R-T-I-N.
I'm guessing you were at the event as well.
Yes.
Where were you at in relation to the stage?
I was about ready to go in at the
Captain Washington and Chief Lewis of Havana PD. Ladies and gentlemen, you're here today because of your community. When one hurts, we all hurt. When something happens in our area, we all have to respond. We respond by giving tips, we respond by rallying around each other, and what you're seeing behind me is one team, one fight. In the Big Bend area here, I can tell you and the state of Florida that all law enforcement and the criminal justice community are one unit. Just because your department's small doesn't mean you don't have a lot of people helping you through whatever tragic events happens. And just over a week ago, all 4 suspects, I can tell you today, that hurt FSU student Ethan Pritchard and his family are in custody. And that didn't go by any small measure. That took the community to actually add value, to give tips and leads for this tragic, senseless shooting in our community. That took our agents, officers, and deputies hard work of going out and finding and running down each and every lead, talking to our community members, talking to family, talking to those who know something, looking at a plethora of video. Our analysts putting that all together so our agents and officers and deputies can do their job. This is what we take pride in, not because of what we did, but what we accomplished to bring closure to a family, to get those who are trying to do us harm for senseless shootings, acts of violence, crime, to get them off the street and to get people help. So I just want to say this is nothing but criminal justice collaboration in the free state of Florida. This is a law and order state. And I want to say thank you to all those who contributed to get these 4 suspects in custody at this time. Now I'm going to pass it to Gaston County Sheriff Gaston County Sheriff Young. At this time, I'm a little tired because Sheriff Young and I have been out early this morning on several of these raids. And Sheriff, I'm going to give it over to you, and thank you for your support.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good evening. I'm the Sheriff of Gaston County, of course, the last 21 years. And if you don't know where Gaston County is, we are west of Tallahassee. This incident, and of course, it's a 2-part investigation. We had an incident that happened over in Havana, which is on the north side of our county.
Where some saw a pickle, we saw a masterpiece. A Sonic Smasher with Grillo's Pickles and Dilly Ranch, tangy pickle tots, and a Pickle Rita slush with pickle-flavored bubbles. It's called the Big Dill Meal, and it's a work of art.
When you look across and you see this massive police presence from units from all over, so many SWAT units showing up, is this normal for something like this, especially on a college campus?
Yeah, we're going to tape it all off. It's a huge crime scene. That's why when I wanted to preserve evidence, and so I immediately called the police. I said I have 2 witnesses. I tucked them into my car that were actually on the 4th row back that literally saw, because as soon as it hit him in the neck, the girl I interviewed said it was a direct hit to the heart. And she saw it, so I called the police, let them know, got their names so that we have the witnesses, and kept them here until the police said we could go. And then right now, we've seen that's going to be a long, because you have so many people, 6,000 people here.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a big crime scene.
Okay. Anything else? I appreciate your time.
No, I just want to say Charlie Kirk's a hero, and
someone would have saw someone pull out a gun, and the person that confessed didn't have anything on him. So they're still looking for the shooter right now, is what a firefighter just told me like about 10 minutes ago. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. Sorry I had to go through that.
No, it's all good.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Are you guys able to move up? We don't know yet.
So they,
What I was going to tell you.
Yeah.
So, two, like, literally walked all the way up there. Okay? And then Nathaniel would go.
I mean, until they tell me otherwise. I mean,
but he's not actively. If you're actively filming, they're going to take you out.
goes to Marxism, and Marxism goes to communism. And if you go look at Karl Marx, he's the founder of communism, and that's where we're headed.
Anything else? Okay. Thank you for your time. It's okay if you don't want to. I totally understand. Can I grab that microphone back from you, though? Thank you. Let me grab this one. Excuse me, Reed.
So is the last that you heard you say
I'm sorry?
critical condition? Is that what you heard?
That's what my anchors have been talking about on here. We have a crew at the hospital, at Temp Hospital, and that's, you know, there's a huge police presence there too. And last I heard, they said critical, but I haven't heard any updates since. So.
You know one thing, they're going to have so many videotapes of so many just
In today's day and age with the cell phones, I mean, in a sense, it's good for them, but they've got all that to go through.
Yeah, and I've talked to girls that are just extremely traumatized. They saw the blood just gushing out.
Jesus.
It's going to be hard.
Yeah.
For a lot of these kids.
You were there in the event as well?
I saw them go down and stuff.
How are you doing? I can tell you're a little subdued,
Charlie,
but
just because I was peaceful through the whole thing. I just felt
Really?
like I just wanted to see if he was okay, so I went after him, you know. And then that's when I was seeing them arrest that other guy. But honestly,
And he doesn't
I was so suspect to me.
yeah.
It really is. You know, weeks ahead of time, this guy's coming. A large crowd, a lot of people. He was very generous and considerate, taking a lot of time with the first person that talked about, that had a question was saying that, you know, about the religion here, the LDS Church.
Yep.
He spent a lot of time being very generous and very kind, you know.
Yeah.
And then the next one up brought up the transgender, you know, with the mass shootings.
Yep.
And it just seems really odd. I don't
For
know,
lack of a
really
better
odd.
term, it's a hell of a coincidence.
I know, and you know what? I tend to kind of. Charlie Kirk is a very influential person to the young
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Especially the young people here.
Yeah.
And I don't think just some crazy guy would want to just do that. I just don't buy it yet. I really don't.
I'm hesitant to put it on him too. I've read online a sniper from like a rooftop from one of the adjoining buildings.
Hard. Like, how do you, I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you talk to hunters, you know, you get a good hunting rifle. But I'm not a hunter, so I don't know. I can't speak to that.
But you know, it's kind of like, how do you manage a crowd till you saw the president nearly assassinated.
But
And,
Kirk doesn't have a security detail with him. He may have someone with him, but nowhere near the level of like Secret Service, obviously.
but
There was
there's-
probably some police on scene to just help out
Yeah.
with crowd control.
Yeah, but man, the crowd was so pumped up to see him.
Yeah, like
And
you
he
said, he's
came out,
popular
he
with the
was
kids.
throwing all these these hats out. Crowd right in front, we were just absolutely 100% fans. of
It was a
his.
good atmosphere, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, I mean, but it was very positive. Very positive. And
Yeah.
like I said, I just appreciate Charlie because he's very considerate, kind, factual. You know,
Yeah.
I think a lot of young people feel to that. So it's just, I'm so ticked though. I'm so angry.
About what?
They would kill him. Somebody would kill him for his views.
It kind of
Somebody
unfortunately speaks to the, like I was saying, talking to her about, just the divisiveness of the country, is just how split it is with all the extreme
Our
rhetoric.
Families split. We split with
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah,
We know that was planned too. Okay, that was all planned.
yeah,
We divide and conquer. It's their playbook. That's their plan book. It's in all the communist plans. We divide everybody up, make everybody enemies, and then you go in for a kill. You know.
Does this further divide, or does this
Well,
maybe
I hope
shock
it
people to
doesn't
bring him
start
back?
Vigilantism, but I hope it wakes people up. I hope it jolts them awake because we're a sleeping nation. We're asleep. We're just bleak out. Been asleep for a long time. Our presidents, our administration, they took down 9/11. They did. All you got to do is do a little research on that. That's all you got to do.
Yeah,
You know, when they control all the media,
it's
no
hard.
problem.
Um,
No problem. You got
the flip side is
Marxist-
it's
you
hard
got
to do the
Marxist
research
professors.
because you can find stuff on both sides, saying both sides with
It's
quote
coming
unquote
out.
factual information on both sides too.
CIA, these bastards,
Yeah,
they're our enemies. You know, we're not our enemies. We're not enemies with you. They are. You know, our government here in Utah sucks.
there's
They're-
definite
they-
room for
they
improvement. You're
suck.
right. Yeah,
And they're so dismissive of we the people. They don't care about what we think.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'm not used to swearing, but I feel like
It's okay. It's okay.
I seriously feel
It's
like
natural.
swearing,
If,
like
if
I'm
you want to
so-
swear,
I'm so
it's
pissed.
natural. It's been a rather
And it's just
emotional
so
day.
much traumas being a cop and all of her stuff. Like this is like, I don't know, you're trying to heal and then you get scabbed like quick topic again. You see someone like die right in front of you, get their heart blown out.
Yeah.
All these kids.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah.
I hope you can. I'm Mike with Channel 2. Pleasure.
Like what?
Mike Steven.
You're a cameraman.
Yep. I was out on something else and they
Do
sent.
the right thing. Whatever you do, whatever
I'm showing
pressure-
them.
Whatever pressure they give you, that you edit this, you edit that, you do the right thing.
I'm just showing them this. This is all I can do. I can't really paint this as anything other than massive police presence here. So it's about all I can show them. So, well, I hope you ladies have a better day. I hope it improves. So, take care.
Excuse me. Who do I talk to about, I'm an inventor, and I have an idea to stop these gun crimes and stuff with, oh, come on in. Come on in. No, I'm not. I'm just asking a question. Come on in. So, would you be willing, would you want to film and, put it on file or something of my idea? So what it would do, basically...
Honestly, not right now because we're still live with all this and
Okay.
all these interviews. So
Yeah, let's get 'em in.
the best thing I could recommend is get on our
Since we're here
website
right now.
and email the information up.
Video it up. Video it in.
Yeah.
all over Twitter.
That's on Twitter? But they're gonna censor that.
Not on X.
No?
There's everything.
Really? Is that your personal video or is that just what you saw online? Oh wow. It was traumatizing, dude. Oh my gosh, I got my adrenaline going. And then as soon as I walked inside the building, because they made me, because I didn't drop.
Yeah, I can.
But then like, as soon as I walked in, I saw the
Copy that.
It was a turning point, Steve. Never freaked out.
One lady that I spoke to, Ron, she was a former police officer herself with extensive history in police, multiple jobs. She tells me she was about to enter through the gates to go in when she heard the gunshot. She couldn't tell where it came from because she said there was a little bit of an echo, but she said it sounded like it came from above. As she was entering in, a lot of the students were pouring out towards her. 2 students in particular looked like they were struggling, so she managed to get a hold of them, take them out, get them safe. She called the police to get these 2 students some help. Another gentleman I spoke with, he said he was, I think he said around 40 feet from the stage to stage left, and he heard the gunshot. He saw Charlie get hit, and immediately the crowd dropped to the ground and then started to disperse from there, and he was pushed towards the back of the stage. And as he was pushed, he noticed that police had one elderly gentleman on the ground on his knees in cuffs. He did mention a name because he recognized the gentleman, but I'm reluctant to share that name now because we're not sure what that gentleman has to do with this, if anything. But then after that, he turned around and left. The police were so focused on getting to Charlie Kirk that they were able to just leave on their own and get out to this position now. And as you can see from here, this police presence just keeps growing. There's more officers that keep showing up, more officers getting dressed in tactical gear. The only traffic that I see leaving campus right now is either foot traffic from students or civilian traffic in their cars. The only traffic going in, again, has just been police officers, SWAT team units coming in, mobile command units, some of the really big tank-like vehicles that a lot of police departments are having these days. And that's about as much as I've seen from out here.
Still taking statements?
Sorry,
Are
what?
you still taking statements?
As I was approaching
That's all right.
the doors.
No worries, I'll stay here. Possibly.
I was in the question line.
You were in the question line? Would you feel comfortable saying anything else on camera?
There's many things I would like to say on camera because let me tell you where my head's at.
You want to do it on camera, or do you want to get this out first?
Absolutely.
Okay. You can just stay right there. I'll turn the camera to you.
Okay.
I'm going to put that on right there. You can just, I think, I got to turn that on. Hold on to that. First question's the easiest. What's your name?
My name's Austin Hunsinger.
Spell your name for me, Austin.
Hunsinger.
And
Common spelling for Austin.
okay. And you were in the crowd. You were in the question line, right? So, first things first. I hate to have you go over it again, but what happened?
Well, I can tell you that us standing in the question line, there were a bunch of different people with a bunch of different people
Sure.
who were all talking to each other. I was helping a person of a different viewpoint actually role play to ask Charlie Kirk a question, and we were all laughing, joking, sharing, asking each other, "What's your question? What's your question?" And all the shooter did today is take the ability for us to come together and share different discussions, and they completely took that away from us. And anybody that has any idea of doing something like this in the future, that is all you're doing is taking away our ability as Americans. Myself as a veteran, I love situations like this where different people can come together with different viewpoints, and all you did was strip that ability for us to talk and have discourse and share ideas with each other. You stripped that away from us and just drove us further apart.
What did you see when you were in line and the shooting happened? Kind of describe that.
We were all watching Charlie. Well, the first question was a question about LDS, which, of course, you know, typical Utah, right?
Of course, sure.
Oddly enough, the very second question that was asked when it happened had to do with transgender shooters, right? And I'm not saying that the shooter was transgender. I have no idea, and I don't think it's right for anybody to speculate as to whether or not that shooter was transgender. But conveniently enough, the very question that was being answered while Charlie got shot was a question about shooters and transgender. And the fact of the matter is that the shooter has issues. It's not whether or not they're transgender. It's not whether or not they're white, black, yellow, orange, green, like guys, like girls. What matters is the fact that this person has issues, that they feel murder is the way to resolve those issues.
You mentioned that you were a veteran. When this happened, what did you do?
These are the types of situations where I served in Afghanistan in 2011. Gunshots aren't a foreign thing to me. I had actually had this discussion with other spectators, how what Charlie was put in was a bowl, an absolute kill box, right?
Okay.
It's just a bowl with him on one end, and he does have an evacuation tunnel, which was great. But I had the discussion with them on, hey, you know, heaven forbid something happens today, this is what you need to do. Get up against the wall, go out through the tunnel. It's the safest way out. And when everything happened, that's exactly what I did. I said, everybody up against the wall, go out through the tunnel, everybody get down. And it was just sheer panic. Sheer panic.
Could you tell where the shot even?
There's no telling. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that up to investigators and professionals to do that. But in a confined space like that, I don't care what anybody says. It's virtually impossible to tell what direction it's at.
When you look across the street now and you see this, massive is an understatement. This is just growing police presence. What goes through your mind as you see this?
I think it's a testament to Charlie Kirk's influence, both positive and negatively for those that are posting politically. And I think that Utah cares about what happens in Utah, and I think that people are dedicated to getting to the bottom of what happened.
Yeah.
I was there and I couldn't tell you whether or not somebody was arrested. I looked around to see if police had anybody down. It was such a confined and packed in space. The fact that and I'm not trying to be speculative, but the fact that there are people still intactly here raises questions as to whether or not the shooter actually was caught. Because I didn't see a single person in custody. I didn't see a single person on the ground. I didn't see anybody getting taken down. And in a constitutional carry state, you would think that people around the shooter would respond by trying to eliminate the threat, and I didn't see that happening at all.
it's obvious that this country is incredibly divided, politically, religiously. Something like this happens. Does this further divide the country, or does it kind of maybe start snapping people out of it to, okay, we really got to come together and stop crap like this from happening, no matter what, as you said, what they think, politically, whatnot. Does it divide us or bring us together, do you think?
If it brings us together, it scares me for what? What does it bring us together for? Who does it bring it together, and how do they respond, right? The thing is that Charlie Kirk isn't going to save us. Donald Trump isn't going to save us. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, no politician, no celebrity is going to save this country. The thing that's going to save this country is when we start looking in the mirror and realizing that we as a people are the problem. Not anybody that you elect. And if you don't exercise your right to vote or run for office, then these same people who don't have your interests as a priority are gonna, and it's just gonna continue. And the problem is we have about a 2-week memory. About 2 weeks from now, everybody's gonna forget and move on to the next TikTok, the next YouTube, the next Instagram Reels thing. We can't forget, and the only thing that we can do is look to ourselves and our families, as opposed to thinking that some presidential or gubernatorial candidate is gonna save us from ourselves.
Well said. Well said. Anything else you want to say about today, or?
That's all I wanted to say is that nobody's going to save us.
Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Good luck to you. Thank you for your service too, as you mentioned. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one. this is.
It's occupied.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.